coming in from Hwasin, and just looking at the mini-map, we've got plenty of observers around, and here's the vultures. Good thing Free put down those photon cannons in time. He's managed to avoid losing any unnecessary probes there. Got some armories, researching +1 weapons by the looks. Yep. And we've got some marauding vultures out in the field, as you do in Terran versus Protoss in this stage of the game. Want to get some kills. Oh, just spotted a probe heading up to the 3 o'clock. Don't think the vultures realized that, otherwise they would have picked that probe up off in a split second. But plenty of mines going down just to prevent the Dragoons from tailing them. In the meantime, they're going to just try to ignore the photon cannons and get as many kills on the probes as they can. Hwasin's doing a decent job here. He's going to lose these vultures very quickly, but not before taking out a few probes. And now that Free knows that Hwasin is on 3 bases, he'll probably be looking to make that 4th, and there he goes. 4th base nexus at 3 o'clock. And another probe at the 12 o'clock, so possibly even a 5th base up there as well. The vultures are heading their way. Oh, the probes are sealing in the entrance at the top of the ramp. Other vultures going to be able to make it in time. There's the second photon gun. Oh, there's the 3rd pylon. I meant to say pylon before, but oh, nice timing. Unfortunately, those vultures didn't get in. Had they got in, they would have been able to pick off that probe. Probably wouldn't have made too much of a difference, given the fact that that nexus hadn't been completed and there were no probes at it, so I guess not too big a deal. But checking out the Protoss standard forces, we've got a shuttle loaded up with Zealots, so he's looking to be doing some bombs with those Zealots, and it looks like Hwasin's setting up for a 4th base of his own, laying down a lot of mines here at the ridge here, just above the ramp. And always feel it as Terran, it's difficult to get that 4th base secured in this map, because the Protoss can just send a whole lot of Dragoons over and kill a lot of probes. Kill a lot of mines standing there. But that's what it's like on paper. In practice, the Terrans can bring in tanks behind and do some flanks, and generally give the Protoss a hard time by laying mines next to the Dragoons. And all in all, it's quite difficult for the Protoss to stop the Terrans from getting the 4th space. But like, just in theory, I find that it's quite hard for Terrans, given that they can't sort of spread their tanks out that far. And hey, look at this. Next to Hwasin's mineral only, he set up 2 tanks just in range of any Protoss buildings. I'm not sure if he picked off any, but maybe if there was a pylon there, he would have killed it by now. And still a large group of harassing vultures out in the field, keeping the Protoss forces busy, and crucially, just keeping up that intelligence. Hwasin is obviously able to keep tabs on where the Protoss forces are on the map, and that will be helpful when he finally decides to push out with some tanks and gain some ground. Looks like we've got a Stargate going down at this 4th base of the Protoss over at the 3 o'clock, and what's this building here? Fleet beacon, so carriers for Free. So this game's going to turn into a carrier fest, if Free has anything to say about it. I think this is a little bit of a desperate choice, given that Hwasin is in such a strong position economically. He's got 3 bases fully rolling out here. He's got a lot of factories, and he hasn't really been on the back foot in terms of economy. When he pushes out, and it looks like he's going to be doing that now, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 factories. Sorry, yes, 6, 3, 9 factories, yep. That's a lot of factories and a lot of tanks here from Hwasin. Once he realizes that Free has switched over to carriers, he's going to be pumping out a lot of Goliaths from those 9 factories, and his upgrades have started. He's got +1 by now, I think. And carriers are going to have a tough time. And wow, this is a lot of Terran forces out in the midfield here, right smack in the center of the map. Here comes the Protoss flank, sending in the Dragoons from both sides, but the Dragoons out the north aren't able to get in quite quickly because of those mines. But the bombs are coming down from that shuttle. Looks like the Dragoons are going to be able to make it in now. We've got Zealots right in the thick of it. They're dying quickly. We've got plenty of tanks still left on the field. Both sides taking a number of casualties. Looks like Hwasin's holding his ground here. We've got more reinforcements coming in. Oh my god, look at those Dragoons getting flattened. Hwasin managed to win this battle, not so decisively, but it was indeed a decisive victory of sorts. He's now able to push off and actually take out either of the Protoss expansions, either at the 3 o'clock or at the bottom right, there at the 4. And in the meantime, he's got his 4th base up and running, but there's the Fleet Beacon producing the Interceptor upgrade, the Max Interceptor upgrade, and looks like the forces are headed over to the 3, so I'm not sure whether Hwasin has actually scouted this with a comsat sweep, but he knows it now. He sees the Stargates, and he's wanting to break through past these pylons and shut down those Stargates before any carriers arrive. And looking at these Stargates, looks like the carriers have got a long way before the first ones are actually produced. So Hwasin's really going to get away with not even having to build any Goliaths. All he has to do is shut down these Stargates, and he's got this game. And looks like Free's got a few forces out in the midfield, but just not enough. He got flattened in that first major battle. So I can't really see him making his way out of this. Maybe if he can build Stargates at a different location and make Hwasin think that he's dealt with the threat. I don't know. But Hwasin is looking really strong right now. Number of Dragoons out in the midfield. This could get ugly for these Dragoons with the mines here. And oh look, looks like surrounding with the Dragoons. I think Free could wave goodbye to these Dragoons because the number of mines. Oh, such carnage. This is lovely. I really like it when we've got a number of vultures just dealing with Dragoons like that. It's really brutal stuff. Looks like that fourth base is up and running. Hwasin should be looking to send some more SFVs over to that. Start filling it out with workers. Back at Protoss base camp, looks like we've got some more upgrades. We've got a few high Templars. It's not going to be enough. We've got a few Goliaths hanging around, mainly to get rid of the shuttle, I feel, and possibly in case Free's got some carriers going up elsewhere. Free's taking the time to get the position at the 12 o'clock secured, but he's definitely lost that 3 o'clock once and for all, and Hwasin will have the opportunity to either push into the main, swap the bottom right, or get rid of the top 12 o'clock position before that goes up. And, ooh, probes heading out straight through the middle of that. That's very dangerous, especially with Hwasin's record this game of killing things with vultures. And luckily, though, Hwasin hasn't got any vultures in the area, and he's going to get away with bringing those probes up to the 12 o'clock. We've got a single vulture there, probably taking out one probe, but the Dragoons coming in from behind should be able to deal with that. Dragoons look like they're going to be able to take out that large minefield at the top left and deal with Hwasin's fourth base, but Hwasin looks like it's going to stomp this expansion down at the bottom right. We've got a lot of Zealots and Dragoons coming from the background, but mainly Zealots. Don't see them getting past that minefield without an observer nearby. But Hwasin stomping this expansion. It looks like Free did indeed decide to build another Stargate there, and from two angles, looks like Hwasin's dealing with these Protoss expansions. He's hitting one force up to the top, and one force swatting the expansion down the bottom right. The Protoss is going to cut this attack off. A lot of Zealots here, and Hwasin doesn't look like he has a lot of forces to stop this. And indeed, Free is going to save this expansion at the 12 o'clock because he stopped this force here. Not without, hasn't taken too many casualties, I guess. But he's got to keep an eye on those mines. He's really being a little bit careless here. Dragoon's running into them, and finally he's... Oh my goodness. Despite the number of observers he's had, he's still not managed to save himself against the mines. And, yeah, guys, I've got to say that Hwasin's got to take this game. This is Storm over some of the... Oh, nice storms. But they're pretty concentrated. He's going to take out units there. It's not really going to matter too much. Hwasin's got a really large army down the bottom right. And it looks like Free is mainly just stalling for time here. He's got the 12 o'clock up and running. But again, looks like Hwasin's coming around just to polish off his Protoss forces. He's got a lot of tanks there. He can... Oh, he's heading up to the top left here. I guess he can't even be bothered. Wham. Oh my god. Oh, nasty stuff. Just doesn't stand a chance against these mine placements. Free now making a last-ditch attempt to knock out this base of Hwasin's. But the Terran forces coming in to clean up. All the tanks are arriving now. We've got heaps of Protoss forces being surrounded by vultures mines, and tanks. We've got this last Protoss shuttle loaded up with high Templars being ushered away by a Goliath. We've got the last few remnants of the Protoss forces being picked off here by Hwasin. We've got another group macroed up from home, but looks like Free is going to have a really hard time pushing out with that group because there are a lot of Terran forces out in the field, and they're pretty well upgraded by now. Heading out to the center with these Dragoons. Trying to get some kills. Can't see an observer anywhere near. Oh, there's the observer. There it is. My bad. And finally, the large column of tanks heading up to the 12 o'clock. Looking like they're going to polish this off. Sieging up. These Dragoons are not going to be able to survive this barrage. They're going to have to pull back or just die. And this is it. Death to the Protoss. Alright guys, Freeze left. Hwasin is victorious. Protoss have succumbed to the might of the Terrans, and that is it. This is Vol. Thanks for watching.